What we have here is the initial stages of the wings. In the story, there's three different stages. The first stage being the most degenerated stage. So these wings will be on his back. They'll be rod puppeted, meaning that the puppeteers will actually animate the wings on the back of Tim Roth. The lycra and silicone gives it an incredible flex, and obviously this will actually stretch and move with Tim's movement. When they first see Skellig's wings, these wings have not been open for a long while. What we really needed to be able to do was to sort of stretch the wings out in a very sort of compressed, decaying way, but also then taking over into, when they regenerate, into something that we can really move quite quickly, something that can be very graceful and yet at some points sort of more scary. These are the concept sketches. This shows the stage 1 and stage 2. The wings are actually quite translucent, and even with the feathers over the front, you'll still get a great translucency and sort of a good backlit edge to the wings.
It's been siliconed over the top with a really stretchy, soft silicone. And then we've done this process of flocking over the top of that, sort of building up the wings little by little. Hook up a wire to the figure. It gives you a negative charge onto the figure. Inside here is the metal plate, which gives you a positive charge. You put your fibers in there, which is a nylon fiber. We got different lengths there. There's a 10 millimeter, there's a 4.5 in there. You put glue onto the figure, and the flock jumps out and stands on end. So once it's stood up, you take an air hose and sort of blow all the different directions it needs to go in. And now we're going to put in foot feathers over the top of that.
These are the third stage wings, which is the final regeneration that we see, which is probably about 60% regeneration. They are real feathers, they're goose feathers, but they've been dyed and treated. So this corset is strapped onto Tim. It'll be laced up at the back, and these two aluminium fixings will actually create a slight movement on the shoulders, so when his scrappers move, it'll actually give a movement to the wing. The wings are actually attached by this rubber grommet, which gives us a fully flexible motion actually on the shoulder of the wing, as it were. And the great thing about these rubber grommets is you really have an incredible range of motion. We tried them on Tim yesterday, and really cool. I mean, he's been actually sort of half puppeteering himself, and it's really cool because he was manoeuvring them about himself, and then the puppeteers took over, and it gives them a whole new life of its own. It's actually almost like another set of arms.
Tim had hold of them here yesterday.
Yeah.
And he was doing a bit of this, you know.
It was as if he was stretching the wings out.
And then we basically just followed him with the rods, and he's kind of doing his own thing.
There's one point where Tim actually holds the baby and is revolving, and that'll be done in two ways. He's hung on a wire for the lifting off the ground, and then the second part is actually on a turntable, so that he'll revolve with the baby in his hand with the wings on. We'll probably have puppeteers on the turntable as well, just animating the wings from underneath. The second time is when Tim and the children are rotating.
And then the wings come down.
And the wings come down, and then you elevate.
And then they start to go up. Boom.
And then
there's a lot of spinny stuff.
Which one?
It's obviously creating that illusion of levitation, but also making it practical for shooting. And if you don't see their feet, this is the best way of doing it. They'll levitate on wires to begin with, so we'll see them in a wide pull-up. When we go in tighter, we'll probably have a Steadicam operator replacing one of the three characters and going around with them to create that illusion of spinning. And then when we see the levitation stop, it'll be back on the wires on a wider shot. We'll see them fall to the ground.
And then We fall down.
Fall down.
I'm good at falling down. Remember this night.